Hello, everybody. Ella J here on behalf of WrestleZone, and today I am joined by the Pink Dream, Alex Gracia. How are you today?
Good, thank you. I'm glad to be doing this again. We said it's our fifth or sixth
I
time.
think it's number 6. I think.
That's wild.
I know you have evolved so much since I first chatted with you. We have a lot to talk about today, but I wanted to start with stuff that's a little bit non-wrestling related, that being kind of ties in the Pink Dream collection. You are, of course, owner of the beauty brand, but for those who are maybe unaware, can you explain the essence, the aesthetic of the Pink Dream collection?
Yeah, and so I have always wanted to have like a beauty line, and I am starting with like just my like few products, but like still big dreams and goals. Like
Yes.
I'm just like I would love to do like bedding and like clothes
Mhm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just kind of your basic essentials. Like for now, it's like we got a few liquid glitter eyeshadows, of course, that you can just throw on, some like a lip oil, a little like compact comb and brush, like just things for like the girly girl on the go, like things you should always have, or I always have with me in my bag. And so it's like, I was like, what a better way to start? Cause I'm just like, there's nothing more that you can like give than like something like you actually like believe in, and things that you're actually like holding yourself and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's for the girly girl on the go. All the packaging is pink, but I love that it's like, oh, they like we have room for like different colors, because it's like you can't always judge the inside by the
Mhm.
outside. So I think it's yeah, it goes full circle with like my wrestling and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm pink, I'm girly, I'm sparkly, but don't mess with me because you don't know me. Don't don't judge me off my outside.
I know, and like you said, I've talked to you too in the past. You are wanting to make it like kind of like not a interior design, but you have this whole brand, a whole line of things that you want to do with the Pink Dream. So far, obviously, like you said, you've got your hair essentials, you've got glitter eyeshadows, a beauty bag, and most recently you have merch. So I mean, you kind of answered this, but what else, if like given like an unlimited budget, what else would you love to implement into this collection to expand it further, like makeup, skincare, anything else?
Yeah, so I mean, I've already like thought of like what I want to do next, and I would love to do like a body spray slash hair perfume, like something that works on both your hair and your body. Because again, like when I go to the gym or like when I'm in a match, like I want something just that works all over, you
Yeah.
know? And also I know like what's a really big thing now is like those like um what is it? It's almost like a what is
Tinsel, hair tinsel.
that you can like wrap around and it curls your hair like while you're
Oh,
sleeping.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're
It's
talking
like a
about. Yeah,
rod. It's
yeah,
like a flexible rod, but
yeah.
like something like that again, that it's like, oh, okay, it can still like give you something cute, give you like a go-to look, but it's like saves you time because you could just like wear it in your sleep. But yeah, I would love to do bedding, because I feel like that's what kind of initially was one of the things that
Yeah.
inspired me with Hillary Duff, like her collection in
Yeah.
Target had her bedspread and her nightstand. And then of course Mary Kate and Ashley, they had everything.
Iconic.
They had dolls, which I would love to do. I would love to be a doll. I'd be like, okay, like we're getting her a house, we're getting her a wrestling ring, we're getting her a car, we're gonna get her a bunny, like just so many things that I'm just like, oh, it would be a dream. But I mean, even I gotta be appreciative of like, okay, it's I made the company and it's a company
Good.
now, because I can be like, oh, it's so small. I'm like, I can't wait till like it's here, but I gotta be patient and
Yeah.
just live in the present, because it's like a year ago I was thinking about
Yeah.
wanting to be here and this is where I wanted to be. And so it's like it feels good to have that accomplished and be like, okay, like we can only grow and go up from here.
Yeah, and I mean, so far it's been less than a year. You officially launched it towards the beginning of this year. So far, I think you've done 3 pop-up shops. Can you
Yes, only 3.
can you kind of tell us how those went and what fans can expect from one of these pop-up events?
Yeah, so the pop-ups are so fun because you really are being showcased in front of people who this is exactly like what they're going shopping for. And so it helps like spread the fan base, and I can get more in front of like the little girls or like the people that are there, like they're going shopping to like buy cute things, and they got their cards in their wallet like ready to buy. But the pop-ups have been so fun, and it's cool seeing. I've done like all women owned pop-ups, and so like it's cool seeing like these other businesses that these women own, and we're just like out there like starting small like with my little table. And I would love to do a lot more, but of course it's like trying to see like when they're having these pop-ups with wrestling events, and a lot of them are weekends, which is when I primarily wrestle.
Yeah.
It's been hard to like get that lined up, but whenever I find a weekend that I am not out of town or don't have a match, I'm like, okay, like I'm going here. And it's like, even though it can be tiring and I'm a one woman show right now, it's like, okay, like maybe one day like this can turn into like a little like store like in LA or something. Like just again, it's like sometimes I'm like, Alex, like you just reach for the stars, don't you? Like
You do, but I mean, dream big, you know, that's kind of the essence of the pink dreams. And we'll talk about this. The pink dream is always evolving. You know, you said obviously, you know, it's been less than a year, but you said this has always been a vision of yours. So assessing your progress so far, do you think that it's lived up to your initial vision?
for vision, yes. And I think I'm like, I've read like business books and stuff, and it's like it's so crazy because like when you think like when you believe in something so much and you like launch it, you feel like you're gonna be a millionaire overnight.
Yeah.
And then you start to be like, okay, this is business and it's hard, and it's like just it takes time to like really build something. So it's like I'll like be like, I should be doing more by now, or I should be like making more by now. But again, it's like it's a process. And so you just gotta like ride with the journey. But as far as what it is so far, like I am able to like be a part of the designing process and like approve everything. And so it's like just from the outside in, like even the compact comb and brush, like I was like, why can't my accessories have accessories and there's a little bow on it? Like it's things that like make me happy, and hopefully it's like just that extra little spark in someone's day of being like, okay, like let's add some cuteness here.
Yeah, and it is also very Alex, you know. And initially you started out, you know, with a lot of the makeup, like you said. You also just added merch recently. I believe your lip oil is fairly new as well. You know, the pink dream is always evolving, and so is your ring gear. You've mentioned before that your ring gear inspiration changes depending on what vibe you're feeling at the time. So what vibes is Alex Gracia feeling right now, and where are you looking towards inspo right now in the gear department?
It's interesting. So I've been working with some new gear makers this year, and it's been more not necessarily like a movie or a character. Like my past like couple sets, it's been more like I'm really feeling this color. Like this color makes me happy, because it's like that's what's fun about being the pink dream is it's like there are millions of colors of pink and
Yeah.
shades of it. So it's like, okay, like I have one more of a metallic rose gold, and then one where I was like, oh, this pink snake skin's cute. Like, let's build something like around this. And so I just kind of did that just to have like some, but I really would want to do something like more mermaid, like because the Little Mermaid movie came out. So I think like having like a gear inspired like from that would be really fun. So I'm just like already like thinking of the future, because I have a couple gears like in the making right now. But again, I feel like it's more of a vibe right now. Like it's just like, you know what, this pattern makes me happy and I want to wear this. And so it's like you just have to do like choose something and then go with it.
I think regardless of what the gear is going to be, I was looking through your Amazon wish list and there's a lot of rhinestone and gems on there. So I think regardless, Alex Gracia is going for some sparkle on her gear,
always.
you know? So
I mean, that's given.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that kind of answers that. What is your intention behind this rhinestone listing? Is it specifically for your gear, or how else do you plan to use them?
Oh, I love having rhinestones just accessible to me at all times because yes, I will of course like replace certain rhinestones on gears, but like I can put it like in my makeup, I can do certain things like that. Just any project. I'm just like you can put a rhinestone on anything and it makes it better.
Would you say that gardening is part of your weekly projects too? Because I asked that because you have this giant pink garden cart listed on your wish list as well.
So actually, funny thing is I put that on my wish list for pop-ups.
Oh, that makes sense.
So and it's because I saw like some other women have that and I was like, that's genius. Like I'm all sweating before the thing even starts because I'm carrying
yeah.
It's taking multiple trips like from my car to in the venue and like they have their one giant wagon or cart and I was just like that is genius. Like they don't break a sweat before even starting.
See, that makes sense. That makes it so much, you already work yourself out for wrestling, running back and forth, it's just a lot, especially in that LA heat when it seems like a lot of those pop-up events were. Yeah, girl. That's smart. So if anybody is looking to help out Alex Gracia, her Amazon wish list is in her link tree in her bio, just as a heads up. She's got some stuff on there.
The pop-up will start and I'm just already drenched.
Yeah, right.
My shirt's wet. Like it's a mess.
Now you mentioned the Barbie movie, or sorry, you mentioned the Little Mermaid movie. I feel like you're a real life Barbie though, for sure. Have you seen the Barbie movie yet? And if so, I'm gonna be very disappointed if I haven't seen it. But for you, that's kind of your whole vibe. What are your thoughts on it?
Definitely saw the movie. And this is what's gonna be so crazy. So I mean, Barbie's been a part of me like my whole life.
Yes.
I think we've talked about this before. Like since I was a little girl, my grandma would buy me like the collector's Barbies.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many I have like in their boxes. It's in the attic right now, like at my parents' house. But even till now, I still take inspiration from her. But I saw the movie and I knew I was gonna go in being critical.
Okay.
And I left feeling like I was being critical. Like I was like, I don't know. It wasn't honestly what I was hoping it would be.
What were you hoping it would be?
I was hoping more for, Life Size. The movie Life Size.
Yeah, with Tyra Banks. Yeah.
I was hoping for more of a movie like that where you just like left like feeling good. It was fun. You ended like you had some songs in there that were bops, like just such a fun, good, easy to watch movie. And I feel like it would get like deep into subjects as far as like politics. And I totally agree. Like
Fair.
People should use their voices in that. I just wanted something a little lighter because again, like we always get that heavy stuff.
Yeah.
We always get that heavy stuff. And I don't know. I feel like I was ready for something to be like, I just like don't have to think about this. Like this is fun. The aesthetic is like pleasing to the eye. I feel like I want to see this again. But my boyfriend said that I should probably see it again because this is how he felt about Creed 3. Like he loves the Creed movies. And he said that when he first saw the Creed 3, He hated it.
Did you take Scorpio to Barbie with you?
No,
Damn.
I was actually out of town for the Mickie James Masterclass.
We'll talk about that in a bit, yes.
So we went to go see the movie when we were there. Like we were like, yeah, this is definitely happening. So after like all the training and stuff, we changed real quick and went.
Damn, I would have loved Scorpio's thoughts on Barbie.
I still want him to see it because I'm like, I need to see it a second time because he goes,
yeah.
After he saw Creed 3 the second time, he goes, oh, I actually really like this movie. And so maybe it's because you're just so passionate about it, like you're gonna be like overcritical. And so maybe I can watch it again and be more like less analyzing.
Yeah. No, I get that. I feel like especially you're kind of like I don't know if I would call you a Barbie connoisseur. I feel like you are. That's like your not whole aesthetic, but it's a lot of your aesthetic, you know, and you grew up with the collector's Barbies. So, you know, maybe you just need to star in if there's a sequel. I'm just saying.
Yes, they definitely like need to have me in there. That would be amazing. That is like one of my dreams anyways, is to like Barbie to make a Barbie out of me.
Well,
maybe one day.
Maybe. I mean, fingers crossed, you're right in California, kind of LA. So, casting directors. I don't know if anyone would be watching a wrestling interview right now, but you know, Alex is out there in LA doing her thing. You may not be an official Barbie yet, but you did have the opportunity to be an official Playboy Bunny. You've got your own centerfold that people can check out. Again, link in your bio, it's there. Tell us how this opportunity came to be and how it was working with them on it.
No, it was just Myra Gomez. Like she's
love her.
Ever since I met her, like we've just like clicked, of course, like all the pink and everything. And like she was doing it, and she had said like she applied like a year or so before she got she got the cover and everything, and she's just like, what's the worst they're gonna say and stuff like that. And so I was just like, oh, like, because how cool would that be, like as controversial and like things that people can like say about Playboy, like honestly, like if I saw someone or met someone or like even her, like I loved her to begin with either way, but I'm like, no one can take that away from her. And like to be like on the cover of such an iconic brand, like I think that's a huge accomplishment.
I think it is too.
Who knows what it could turn into and stuff. So, but it's just like fun to do that, and it's something that I never thought I would be like associated with. Like I was even talking to like one of like my like girlfriends from home, and we knew each other since the 4th grade, and she said that like she'll see those photos, and she said like she gets so proud because I was just so like felt like the ugly duckling growing up and was just like very like insecure and like not confident. And like she says like even like seeing some photos, she goes like she goes, I'm just so proud of you, like I could just see your confidence and you're glowing. And I'm just like, I feel like I almost had to like try it like just for me to be like, okay, like I'm a female and I'm strong and I can be beautiful and I can be successful and I can be all these things, and you just have to like own like the sexiness about it sometimes. And so I was like, yeah, like it has helped me like break out of my shell and things that I never thought like I would do. And it's like it still can be like I'm still a shy person like in some areas, but it's like these things force me, I feel like it forces me to grow, and it helps my confidence, which then transpires into wrestling, which then transpires into my business, because I feel like more confident about myself.
I feel like too, I mean, I don't know, I feel like there would be more pressure in like the photo shoot setting. Maybe that's just me because it's like Playboy, you know. I know you're definitely like, then again though, you've definitely done a bunch of photo shoots anyways. Did it feel any different or like more daunting to be on the set of like a Playboy shoot?
Well, so like on the centerfold, like I have my own photographers.
Mm,
And so it's like people I know, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
it's like people, well, I had never done photos with one of them, but like she took beautiful photos and she's a wrestling fan. And so I was just, we were like, let's do this, like let's go. And I wanted to she said like she knew this perfect location, and it was like one of those like cool trendy places you could
Hmm.
rent out like in LA, and it looks like a big dollhouse. And so she's like, we could find so many spots in here, like just let's just have fun and do this. And so it's like you just feel like no pressure and
Hmm.
just cool and casual, and you're just like, oh, I feel like I'm in control of my stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool.
Yeah, that's a lot, especially too, and you got to be at a cool place doing something that you love. It's a great opportunity. So hats off to you, You mentioned obviously, you're doing a lot of work, a lot of balancing your business, your modeling ventures, wrestling, personal life. I'm curious, what fulfills you personally and professionally?
Man, like I just constantly want to be evolving. And it's like I have to set my mind to have like one goal. And then it's like, okay, after I get that goal, like, what is the next thing? What is the next thing? What am I trying to accomplish now? And I don't know, it's kind of like a fire I lit like under myself, because I'm just like, well, what am I doing if I'm not doing this? And it is very hard to like find that motivation sometimes, and like especially sometimes when you're just like, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and why am I not making any progress? But I just know it's like if you just stay consistent with it, like the next thing will come. Like even if you don't feel like you're making any progress, like you making the decision every day to like go and try to be better is progress.
And you are definitely bettering yourself. You mentioned it earlier, talking about opportunities. You attended the Mickie James Masterclass. Two of my favorite people linking up. I love to see it. Mickie is obviously a seasoned veteran, so I'm sure you walked away with a lot of new knowledge and all of that. Tell us more about that experience besides going to see the Barbie movie that weekend.
Oh yeah, that was a big highlight of the weekend. but no, I mean anything like that, like I saw it, no hesitation. I was like, I'm jumping on this. Like when you see opportunities like that and you have the opportunity to do it, like I was like, no questions asked. Like I'm signing up. And then I realized it was like in a totally different state and all that. But I was like, okay, I'll figure things out. I just and I did, I figured things out. But I mean, you're not gonna get it like better knowledge and just teaching and ideas like from anyone like but her. And it was like I feel like I needed to do it because I was like feeling down on my wrestling, feeling down on my career. And I was just like, maybe like I always like love to learn, but I'm just like, maybe like something there will like light a little fire in me, because it's like I was like just getting really down on myself with like my progress in wrestling. Because again, it's like you feel like you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
And so I feel like one of the most beneficial things I got from there was talking to her about like her struggle and how long it took to like get into like a major company and
Yeah.
everything. She's like, you can be a great wrestler, have a great look and this and that. And it's just like it's not you, it's just not the right time or for whatever reason and stuff like that. But I mean, just even feedback from her, like I'm just like, okay, like I don't suck that bad. Like like when you're just like, okay, people that actually know what they're doing
Yeah.
are commending me or like giving me compliments. I'm just like, okay. So I can't be as bad as I
Yeah.
think, because it's just like, what is it? But just seeing those stories and like you hearing those over and over, that so and it feels good like not to feel like alone in this, because a lot of these people who you're like, how the heck did it take them so long to get picked up, or how the heck is like this person not here? And like I think like you see those things and you see and hear about everything they went through and all the trials and tribulations. And so it's like, okay, like just keep going, and like it'll happen if you just keep going. If you just like keep progressing, because you're just like, okay, if I'm starting here, like, and if I just keep giving that progress, like when something happens, when it's like the right time, and it's like I've learned to be thankful for the rejections and the things that didn't work out, and I try to see like the good that came out of it. And with every single like negative thing I felt, or feeling like, oh, like I'm not good enough to be there and that's why I'm not there, like I see that there's a line of so many good things that either made me grow as a person or like as a wrestler, like after that. And I'm like, okay, like I wouldn't have gotten that if I didn't get rejected here. And so that's where I'm just like trusting the timing of everything and like appreciating the journey more, and like where I am now, and trying to be like, it'll happen when it's meant to happen.
Yeah, and with the evolution comes that confidence, and we've talked about it in the past, kind of learning from the rejections and everything. Mickie, I know, I mean, I know her personally, so I know a lot of her stuff, but she definitely has a powerful story. And I mean, not only like personally, but I'm sure that you guys went over some maybe in-ring or some character stuff as well. What are some things that you learned from either of those aspects?
I think just from me, I took away like just having like that confidence. Like I feel like I'm told that like I have a good character and it's
Yes.
memorable and it stands out. And like that's one of the things I get commended about the most, is like I stand out, which it's like that's what I try really hard to do, because you can easily get lost in the mix and stuff like that. And so it's like you have to like get something and go all in and be like, what is it that's different about me and stuff like that. But I think it all boiled down to like just having confidence and like just owning like, oh, I know I can go in the ring with anybody. Like I know that I've developed something memorable, and I just need to like own it and not sell it short. And so I feel like that's what I gained most out of. Of course, like we do stuff in the ring or as far as promos and all that, but it was just, again, like I'm just like, I need to have more confidence in myself and just know, and like, okay, like you have done things that you should be proud of, and when you get opportunities, like you get them for a reason. And so like don't think that you don't deserve something or you're not going to get it. And so I feel like, yeah, character, in ring, all that, like I just took away is like just having that confidence like all the time.
Well, you definitely had another big opportunity, kind of like a role reversal almost. You had the opportunity to roll around with another Impact knockout, that being the OG Impact knockout, Traci Brooks, whom you helped prepare for her in-ring return at Impact 1000. Tell us about this experience. Kind of, I mean, not that you were teaching Traci, but you were kind of conditioning an OG knockout to help her with her return. That's got to feel very surreal for you. Tell us more about that experience.
Oh yeah, it's like I met Traci a few years ago because like Frankie Kazarian and
Yes.
like my boyfriend, they're like best friends.
Yeah.
And so we had met at one of the pay-per-view weekends in Vegas. And that was the first time I met her. And like, of course, we had both heard like so much about one another. And like, I was just like, you were just sent to me. Like, I needed someone like you, because it was like, I didn't, she's from Canada, and
Yes.
she's like, we both like started wrestling late and like later in life. And she was just like, we both moved far away from our families. And she goes, and then we both like fell in love with wrestlers and this and that. And it was just, it's like, I can learn something like from this woman and stuff. And like, she's just become such a great friend that you can like trust, and like she's like, oh, like she's like, if you just need to like vent to somebody or complain or like whatever, like I'm here. And so like that's been so cool. And it's like it's funny to like when I first met her, she had no desire to wrestle at all ever again. And then like so when she started preparing for like the mixed tag and stuff, like I feel like she still like herself didn't care to wrestle, but
Yeah.
she was just like, oh, like I want to do this like for
With
our
her
son, like to
yeah.
see that. And like with her husband, like
Yeah.
how cool is that? And I was like, oh, that's like literally goals. Like just your child like seeing your parents together, like kicking butt. Like that's gonna be a memory he has like the rest of his life. And so I think that's so cool. She wanted to like do this for him, like to give him that. And but yeah, it was just so fun like training with her. Like she would say like, oh, I'm rusty and this and that. And I was like, you're great. Stop. Like, like again, we all like underestimate ourselves. And I was like, you sell yourself so short now. It doesn't matter how long it's been. Like you pick it up just like picking up a bike. And that's exactly like what she did. And then she like kicked butt, and it was just like so cool, like her doing that and seeing it. So
And now she's being
a lot of fun.
inducted into the Hall of Fame. So, you
Yes.
know, it's really impressive. I want to say before that her last match was 2012-ish. So over a decade away, you know, and then to come back for that special occasion, you know,
Mhm.
Impact 1000 getting to wrestle alongside her husband. I mean, you also got to learn stuff from that too. So I think it just benefited pretty much everybody. And we got to see Traci Brooks back. So that was definitely huge. You know, I kind of wanted to switch gears now a little bit, kind of shifting away from wrestling. We are in the midst of the season of fall. I know both of our birthdays are in October. What are
Yes.
some of your favorite fall trends or just aspects about the fall season?
Um, I would say I like hats, like wearing some hats, like the more bigger, like fall looking
Mhm.
hats. Then you're going back to like some sweater weather and stuff like
I'm
that, which I
ready.
like the most comfortable, simple outfit attire. And like I just think like everyone like looks cute in like sweater clothing and some jeans and some nice boots. And but yeah, I would say like also like start to bring in, especially with my makeup, like the coppers and the browns, and I feel like it really goes well with the pink attire.
You're speaking my language because maybe I'm biased because I was also born in fall in October, but fall to me is just the best season. That's just me personally, though. Granted, yours is a lot warmer than it is for me.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Can you even wear like sweaters in California in like the fall, like
There,
legit?
there are days like where we live, we're closer to the mountains, so it'll get a little more windy, but
Okay,
it's still hot.
okay, interesting. Yeah, yeah. I figured. I was like, you need true sweater weather. So if I'm hoping you're traveling somewhere maybe a little bit more north so you can get that true
I
sweater
love like the
weather.
pullovers. Yeah.
Yes.
The, like, okay, like things
Hmm.
that like look like lazy clothing or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, no, this is the outfit
Yeah.
and it's totally acceptable.
Yeah. I'm curious, do you have any specific birthday plans coming up? This'll come out after your birthday, but you know, it's still coming up. It's actually it's next week.
Yes, yes, it is. A week from tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So he's never gone to Top Golf, so I haven't been since we were in Texas, and there's
Yeah.
Top Golf near us. So I
I
think we're
played Top Golf when I was down in
so fun.
San Antonio earlier this year. It was so much fun.
Yes, I love like I used to go to the San Antonio one with my friends and family all the time, but so I haven't done that in years. And so I think just getting some friends on my actual birthday and doing that, and then the next day I'm having some girlfriends over to do like a paint and sit party. So just like that's me. I love doing simple stuff like that. Like I was like, I want to paint.
You paint, Alex.
I'll show everyone my painting by then. Like.
Yeah, you'll have to post it. We look forward to that. You're a very creative you're a very creative person, and I know you loved Barbie and all of that growing up. It is also spooky season. Maybe it was Barbie. Do you have any memorable or favorite Halloween costumes from the past?
That's a tough one. I'm trying to remember. So I'm going to say one that is like the most memorable. When I was young, like 3 or so, like my mom made me a Hershey's Kiss costume. Like it was like a big old Hershey Kiss, and then the top was like the tag. Mm-hmm. And she spent so much time and effort making this costume, and I absolutely hated it. And I did not want to wear it. And then how you're just like, as kids, like they're just like, just keep it on for the picture. Just keep it on for the pictures. Didn't even want to do that.
Alex was like, no.
I knew at that point, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna be y'all's entertainment with this. I know what y'all are doing. Would just be a little big old Hershey Kiss. Yeah. But yeah, my mom always talks about that costume, so it's definitely one of the most memorable ones.
Yeah, I am trying to imagine little baby Alex as a Hershey Kiss. Is there? I hope she still has a photo of it somewhere.
I know she'll have to look, because of course it had to get developed at that time.
Yeah. Final question, kind of tying it back into wrestling. If you could have any fictional or mythological creature be your tag team partner for an evening, what would you choose and why?
Probably a unicorn. I think
all you have to do is ram its horn into your opponent. That's it.
Like it's built in like weapon in your partner, like, as well. And it's like, also it's like, depending on how big it is, like, just they could trample them. I feel like it would be such a great partner, but it's like you could, like, coming out too, it's just
you could ride on your unicorn.
So majestic and beautiful. Yeah, it saves me some steps. I could take a little ride. Like, I feel like that would be a really good partner.
You're the first person to say a unicorn.
Really?
Yeah. Most of the people have chosen like darker stuff, like vampires or like other things like that. But unicorn, technically it's not a foreign object since it's part of their body. So like you could get away with your unicorn just like spearing your opponent with their horn. Exactly.
You can't control that. It could be like, oops.
It's pretty genius, actually. Alex, before we let you go, can you please share where the listeners can find you online?
Yes. So on Instagram and now X and all the new things, like it's
Twitter.
Gracia 3 across the board. But if you want to check out the beauty line, pinkdreamcollection.com. And then of course I have like my regular wrestling merch still at alexgracia.net. So, but keep an eye out. I'm making a lot of debuts soon, so it'll be fun. I'm like, come wrestle and be there and make me feel good.
She's planning a Texas tour, I saw too. So
yes, I'm trying to get that all arranged.
Alex Gracia, soon to be coming home. You'll have to keep an eye on that on her social medias. Like you said, this is going to be coming out after your birthday, but for anybody who's watching this, go tweet Alex a belated happy birthday if you're watching this. Alex, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you. I'm glad we got to do this again.
Me too. Always got to wear my pink hat for you too.
Yes, of course I noticed that.
Thank you again.